5 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the New Mexico Military Institute, we have Professor Dr. Yang back with us, who teaches physics at the New Mexico Military Institute. Good morning. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Great to have you back here again.
Thank you.
First off, how's the new school year at NIMI going for you and your husband and everyone? Is everyone getting settled in and getting to classes and getting into life at the Institute?
Yeah, it is kind of busy.
Busy.
Yes, busy.
Yeah.
The cadets are doing really well. And it's very nice to see them back in uniform, after summer, see those kids back on campus.
Getting back to the normal routine, so to speak.
True, yeah.
And then, of course, there's always this time of year, you get some new cadets, so there's a few still kind of learning their way around and getting lost here and there and getting used to the way things are at the Institute. So they're all getting settled in and getting into the routine. So that's good, including the professors and everybody else, too.
We have some new hires as well in the division. So,
how many years have you and your husband have been a part of an MMI?
Oh, I started working at NIMI since 2009.
So over 10 years now.
Yes.
So about 11, almost 12 years now.
13.
And you and your husband came together?
He stayed home to help me a little bit. So
so he came a little later.
Like 2 years later, 2011.
Now, did y'all come from Indiana?
We come from Indiana.
I know you went to University of Indiana, or you, your husband, or both. I'm not sure
both
which
of us
did
Indiana
to go.
University.
Very cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How did you end up in Indiana, of all places? Because you're from China originally, but
yes, we, after the bachelor, we finished the colleges. We say, we're gonna, explore a little bit outside. So we applied for several schools.
Okay. And Indiana said, "We'll take you," and you said, "Well, let's go to Indiana."
Yeah, he was accepted by Caltech, but he didn't go because I was not accepted. So
you wanted to go together. Were you already married or dating at that point?
No, kind of like in a serious relationship.
Sure, you were a couple at that point.
Yes.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I know, and everybody knows, especially when you're young, in that area, where you are together is more important than where you, know what I mean? And so that's great. So every time I think of Caltech, though, all I can think of is the TV show Big Bang Theory, because that's where they
all those geeks, right?
Yeah, they're all at Caltech there. So your husband could have been one of them. He could have been right in the mix there. You never know.
He looks like a nerd, don't you?
Him and Sheldon could have been best buddies.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Not that good. Yeah, but he had the chance.
Well, good deal.
Yes.
So now, fortunately, it all worked out the way it worked out, and Dr. Yang and Dr. Tang are here at the New Mexico Military Institute, and they, like I said, for 10 years been teaching science here at the Institute. But you guys, I know we promoted your first real STEM event here back over the summer here.
That's
you
true,
and your husband have put together. Well, it was a big success, and October 1, we want to invite families to come out and be a part for not only STEM, but a STEAM open house. So we get to add an extra letter, which means now instead of just science, technology, engineering, and math, we're going to throw a little arts into the open house event this time. So good deal. So I'm guessing you guys had success the first time and said, well, let's do it again and expand on it a little bit here in the fall.
Yeah, the summer is like a camp of 7 days long camp.
Gotcha.
It's very intense. From morning 9 o'clock.
They live, breathe, sleep, eat science for that week.
That's true. Yeah. And this one is, I thinking we are just going to do a big one just for the community.
Gotcha.
Because the community have been supporting us so well. And I think at this point, we're going to do a little bit of outreach program. We did it anyway, but this one is a bigger one.
Sure.
Yeah, we're going to do we're going to do an outreach program to the community.
Okay.
And showcase our educations, the leadership this cadets has. Those cadets are going to lead the activities.
Okay. So this is, yes, you and your husband and everything are there to oversee, but
that's true.
The cadets are the ones that are
actually
running the curriculum, running the actual program.
That's true.
Okay.
Yes. And they did an awesome job. Whenever they're doing those, I see them a different side of the cadets because I already see them in the classroom, how well they perform academically. But when I do the event like this, I see how well they're performing on the other side, not just academic skill. They cares and they shows that they lead their future leaders, show the potential as a future leader.
Some of the human qualities, not just the science qualities.
That's
here.
true.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. And they're really patient with those little kids, and they're really excited to show the academics or the STEAM part of aspect of to the communities.
Okay.
They're really good.
Yeah, and that's what this whole event's about. Is we, we have a bunch of kids that are going to be going into a new world with new opportunities and new technologies and new things like that. And it's going to take this generation of kids to carry that baton on to the next level, to push the boundaries of science, to learn more and to understand more. And you got to get kids interested for that to happen. And so hopefully they come out here on the 1st and see one of these cool experiments or see something that really just captures their interest. And next thing you know, they're like, I want to pursue a career in science. But maybe it's not a physicist per se, but maybe it's a doctor or an engineer or some kind of inventor or something like that. They're going to get excited about science, math, and arts, and people that are more art-centric might learn science through arts. And
they can use some advanced technologies to help with their creations.
Yeah.
A lot of people do digital artworks. So
that's kind of a more
technology behind it.
Sure.
I always think science and the arts, they're connected because they're all critical thinking.
Sure.
You cannot just. You have to have sparks to your mind.
Sure. Something's got to inspire or motivate you.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. So I think they are all related. So a lot of activity is art and this technology integrated together. So for example, we have one activity. I'm not going to say a lot, but one of them is we have a robots. We're going to control the robots do artwork, some piece of a paper.
Okay.
Yes.
So incorporate, here's robotics doing art.
That's true, but
Very
you
cool.
Control the robots to do the art.
So the creative's still through your mind.
That's true.
It's just you have a fancier pencil to make the art happen.
True. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we have a lot of those technologies out there. We're going to connect the arts and the STEM together.
Cool.
So that's why there's a new trend right now.
Well, and I think it's great because, I think we know that people don't learn the same way. And some can sit down and you hand them a textbook and they read the book and they understand it. A lot of us don't absorb as much information that way. We may get some, but you might miss critical points. Where others may learn it through being shown or
visual learner.
Visual, and then others, it's like, no, you got to give me the puzzle. Let me explore it, and I'll figure. And so arts kind of helps people that don't learn in that visual or traditional way of picking up. Here's something, read it. Now you know what's going on. For people that don't comprehend well that way, I think arts brings in a way for them to comprehend and things that maybe works a little with their patterns and their thought process versus way other people think.
Yes.
And so I think that's great because it brings science to people that may have not thought science was something they're into, if that makes sense.
Yes. Kind of we want to boost their interest.
Yeah, exactly.
When they're little.
Yeah.
So at least they don't know what is a STEM about,
Sure.
STEAM about. So maybe later when they grow up, they can choose a career pathway along towards this direction.
Well, and let's face it, you get a group of kids and you start hitting them with mathematical equations, they're going to get glassy-eyed and look at you like, what is she talking about? X is a number.
Yeah, they're going to confused.
But if you say, all right, these equations build this cool rocket or this robot this thing, then they're like, okay, so I got to know this so I can make this robot or make this thing. And so it gives them a point of reference to say, why do I need to know these equations and things? How am I ever going to apply them into anything I do in my life? And it's like, well, if you want to make this robot someday, or if you want to understand the concepts of why that rainbow's doing its thing, then you're going to need to know these things that we're talking about here. And so it gives them a reason to understand the complex, if that makes sense.
Yes. And the event will at Stafffield. the flyer sent it out before it says the Pixie Field.
Yes, it's going to be at Stapp Field.
Yes.
The event will be from 1 to 4 p.m. October 1st, which is, what day is the 1st?
Saturday.
This Saturday. This upcoming
before
Saturday.
the fair.
Good deal. So, so we won't miss fair stuff. You can still go and get your
I
fair
make sure
and
that's
everything else.
not going to interfere with the fair.
Didn't want to compete with the fair. Probably a
I
good
can't.
idea. Yeah,
The
you'll probably
fair is a
lose.
Pixie,
Yeah, you'll probably lose. There's
I'll
a lot of
definitely
people.
lose. Yeah, because all the cadets were going to be doing
Sure.
the marching there.
Yeah.
So I won't have any cadets
And
help
then
me.
that day ends in funnel cake and corn dogs
I
and,
know,
and
right?
stuff like that, and you can't compete with funnel
No.
cake.
No. The fair food.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I request some food trucks there, so hopefully.
Hopefully, get a few that'll show up.
Yes.
And, we'll see if we make science. It'll be like, hey, we're going to learn how to make your lunch.
Where's lunch?
That's right.
Yeah.
First, we got to make it. Come on in. Let's
Yes.
do science.
Mhm.
But it's going to be the big science show. It's going to be there at Stapp Field, October 1, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Yes.
It is a completely free event. Doesn't cost families
No.
anything. So bring the whole family down. Come and enjoy all the different events and activities. You're going to be. So, are you doing stuff in the Pearson also?
Yes.
Okay.
We Dr. Tan and I are going to do a 30 minutes science show.
Okay.
Yes, but some have some sound effect, big sound effect. I'm not gonna say a lot of
Okay.
this, but some,
Don't want to give it all
yes,
away, but
yes.
okay.
We did it once with Mr. Castillo
Okay.
at the zoo a couple years ago.
Okay.
And it's pretty fun. So we're gonna do this time on the Pearson Auditorium.
Okay. Your own little twist of it.
Yes,
there.
we're gonna
Okay.
make an announcement. It's roughly around 2:30.
About 2:30. Okay.
Yes, we'll make an announcement when at Stapp
But if you're at
Field.
Stapp Field there around 1 and you're doing the part, you won't miss anything. They'll say,
yeah.
hey, if you want to go to the Pearson for
Then
the
go at
for the
Pearson.
show,
It's only like 30 minutes long.
Okay.
So after that, they can come back to the
and you might
Stapp
be ready
Field.
for air conditioning at that time, depending on how warm it is. I think it's supposed to be like 87 or something.
really,
so,
that day?
Yeah.
Ooh,
So
okay.
by that time, you're probably ready to get inside and get some air conditioning for a
That's
little bit.
true. Yeah,
and,
yeah, uh-huh.
You know, when you're tired of trying to find shade outside there.
Yes,
So.
that's true. Yeah.
But yeah, if you bring the whole family, as far as ages appropriate, like what's probably the youngest kids?
Oh, we do the K to 12.
So kindergarten on through high school can
Yes,
come and
yeah. We
they're
have
going to
all-
take something from this. And
Yes,
enjoy.
all kinds of activity for. I think even in like 3-4 years old, there's still some they can try.
Okay, so
yeah.
even some of the more rudimentary
Yeah,
stuff.
we have some
and-
bubble stations. We
like-
have oblique pool. So
Come here, preschoolers. We're going to do algebra. No, not that far. But
no, they're not going to. Yes, we're gonna some activity. They're gonna have fun.
cool.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's a lot of
Yeah.
fun, and that's the great part about it. It's like I remember as a kid watching. This is showing my age a little bit, but like Mr. Wizard was a show that was very big when I was a kid, and Bill Nye the Science Guy is more of a modern version or those type things. But I remember as a kid, it was Mr. Wizard, and Mr. Wizard was just a man. He was on Nickelodeon, and he would do his science, and he would take like the potato clock or all the different
Yeah.
projects that kids would do
Yeah.
and do all that on TV. And I remember love watching that show. And I
It's
think
fun.
this is
Yeah.
kind of like a live in person, much more exciting version of that
Yes.
where you guys get to do it. And so I think we're missing some of that in our youth today. So come bring them out. Come let the kids. Hopefully what happens is they find their new interest, their new, if you've got a young kid and the world's their oyster and they're looking and they see a firefighter, it's like, I want to be a firefighter. And then they see a scientist and say, I want to be a scientist. And so that's the idea is bring your kids out, show them some of all the cool stuff, let them partake in the different shows and experiments. And maybe by the time that they're having interest and next thing you know, they're online reading about various science projects or various STEM related stories. And
they
who
might
knows?
gonna launch a rocket.
Yeah. Next thing you know, your child's growing up to be some kind of engineer or
Yeah,
physicist
right?
or an architect or something in the field, in the
they're gonna
sciences.
build the rockets. They're gonna launch their own rockets.
Or geologist or whatever they're going to be. They might
true.
just get the bug.
Yeah, they need to see what it look like.
Yeah. Well, and that's just it. I think a lot of people realize there's a lot of cool jobs in science.
Yes.
And a lot of adventure and explore. I mean, it's not, all just just the
teachers,
sitting,
the professors in the university.
People
there's
in
all
rooms
kinds-
thinking
yeah.
and talking. It's more
No.
than that. It's doing and practicing and getting, sometimes crawling to the darkest parts of the world to learn, how it's made and how it's run. Sometimes it's, well, getting on a rocket and going to space and learning how. But
Yes,
that's
that's true.
all. All paths to do that kind of stuff start at events like this open house right here. So.
Thank
So please come make some time on Saturday. It's from 1 to 4. Now, if say they got soccer or whatever kind of practice and they can't make it till 2, is that okay if they come a little late, or as long as they come anytime
Yeah,
from
as
1
long
to 4?
as I'll come anytime from 1 to 4.
Okay, so
yes.
if you can't make it quite at 1, no problem. You can come a little later and
Yes,
still have some fun and
Yes,
and get to
yeah.
participate and do everything. And
we
all
have
that.
like about 12 activities set up there. We have
Okay.
water station on the staff field. We have a viewing stand. We have some water station right there. So
Okay.
we're thirsty, we can have water.
Sure.
right there.
Nice
Yeah.
little water hole there to break
Yes.
and
Mhm.
kick back and and reflect about the signs you've learned so far.
That's yes, yeah. We're gonna have a tent set up there, so it's pretty.
Nice little cool off
Obviously,
area and
yeah.
things. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and don't forget, everything's free of charge. Doesn't
Yes,
you don't?
no,
All
yeah.
you need to do is bring yourself and your family and come on out ready to have some fun. Maybe
The food truck, you have to pay for the food.
right. Bring a little money if you want some food. Obviously, some sunscreen.
Yes.
Things like that to protect yourself in the warm weather. But other than that, good to go. Have some
Yes.
fun. Be ready, and like you said, this is for kids kindergarten through 12th grade. So,
Yes.
and maybe if you've got preschoolers, no problem. Bring them
No
along.
prob-
There's
yes.
going to be fun stuff for them to do. It won't be over their head either. We'll make it
They'll
enjoyable.
enjoy the show, I think.
Yeah, and conversely, if you have your high school kids, there's going to be stuff for them too.
Yes.
Don't because how when they get to that age, 16, it's like, oh, that's not cool, mom. That's not
Fine.
cool, dad. That's,
Or come to check out Nimi. Nimi, a good place for high
if you're
school.
looking
yeah.
for opportunities to see what NIMI offers, that's a great opportunity to come to the open house on Saturday.
Yes, we're
And,
going to have an information table as
Are they
well.
going to be doing like some campus tours and things like that for families? Or
Saturday, I can request. We can sign up.
If
there.
someone wants
we have,
one,
yeah,
we'll
we have
figure
a
it out.
sign up paper right there. If
Okay.
somebody wants to do a tour,
Okay.
we can
kind of
definitely
set
do a
that
tour.
process up and
Yes,
say,
we need
hey,
to
I want to.
collect the information
Gotcha,
first,
sure.
and then we can send an email out or call the parent.
Yeah, so if
they
you're
want
interested in checking out the campus and seeing what the either the high school, the junior college can offer your family,
Yes.
there will be people that will be happy to help you with that. Kind
Yeah,
of
we
stuff
have
there
a
too.
great sports team up there too.
Good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
So check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. So please, and if you never toured the campus or been, that's a great chance to come out and see the beautiful campus there.
It is beautiful. yeah.
I know COVID. It's an open campus. You're allowed
Yes,
to come
now-
and go.
yeah, now it's open
COVID
camp.
kind of made it a little tricky for the last couple of years, but
Yes.
that's kind of being lifted now, and it's to a point where if you want to come and just come and walk the grounds and see all the beautiful things in there, the public is more than welcome to come and see the campus and come see the institute and how it's a part of this community.
Yeah, how they operate, how the cadets doing.
Sure.
The cadets doing really well there.
It's a cool little universe to be there and see
Yes.
how it works. It's its own little world there.
Yes,
It really
I
is.
can tell because my son was there now. He's a freshman there.
Your son's a freshman, so
Yes.
he's just starting as a freshman
Yes.
in high school.
Yes.
Okay,
So
how's he doing?
he's doing great. He
Yeah.
loves it. He
Well,
loves
he kind of
everything.
probably saw. He knew
Yeah.
what he was getting into with
I
mom
know,
and dad
yeah.
being at all the events and things.
But
so.
he likes it.
So
you
is your child also into science or
He
is
is.
he into
He's
something
kind of
else?
little nerdy.
Okay.
What?
I didn't know if he had other interests or is he like mom and dad into science? Does he want to be a physicist someday or is he?
I think he wanted to be a engineer, and then
Okay.
he wanted to be a lawyer. He wanted to get an
Oh.
engineering degree first, and then he wanted to be a lawyer.
Oh wow! So he's got a lot to chew, a lot to bite off and chew here. If he's going to get a law degree and an engineering degree,
So I told him it's hard, but if you're a NIMI, you try your best.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and maybe what'll happen is that he pursues both, and turns out he likes one more than the other, and might focus his attentions,
Yeah,
because that's very different worlds.
he
you know.
wanted to get an engineering bachelor degree
Sure.
first, and then he's gonna go
Gotcha.
to the law school.
Of course, both can be very black and white or very gray. It just depends on
know.
how you. It's an interesting little. Well, I'd be curious to see if doctor, lawyer, is it Yang or Tang? Tong.
I didn't change my last
Okay.
name when I get married. Yeah.
So he could be. How do you? If you're a lawyer and a doctor, how do you address someone? Doctor, attorney.
No. But that's his plan. So I don't know.
Well, we'll
It
worry
might
about the
gonna
titles
change.
later when he gets them all here. But that's cool. That's,
Yeah, but just according to my son's experience, Nimi is a great fit for him.
Good.
Yes.
Good deal. Well, and then too, he's gonna meet new people, make friends, and probably get
That's
another
true,
interest
yeah.
or two here between. I mean, he's only a freshman, so
Yes.
he's a very young man, and lots can influence him and change his path here when he finds things that he's enjoying and showing interest in.
That's true.
So
yeah.
at the moment, he's an engineer/lawyer, but in a couple
in the
years from now,
future. We don't know
might be
yet.
astronaut/firefighter. Who knows?
Yes. But at least he was inspired by all of the STEM
The
activities.
science and everything.
Yeah.
I'm guessing too is because his parents are both scientists. You probably have a lot of science in the home and a lot.
Yes, that's true.
A lot of teaching moments, even like you're cooking breakfast and you turned it into a science project. Things like that.
Ingredients, right? Use the scales.
Well,
yeah.
Cooking is science. At the end of the
is.
day, it's
Baking,
all about.
I told him I'm not really good at baking. It's
Yeah.
because I'm not really good at chemistry, probably, right?
Yeah, if you're bad at chemistry, cooking
Yeah.
might not be your thing, and
Yes.
vice versa. If you're good at cooking, you may be able to see
The
chemistry.
ingredients, the temperatures, basically
Yeah.
chemical reactions.
And not only that, but how you put the ingredients
As
in
in
cooking.
when, right?
Yeah,
The-
and how you fold it or how you stir it, and it's no different in chemistry. You got to add it a certain time and
I know.
pour it in a certain way. Yeah, you know. But
yeah.
cooking and chemistry are one and the same in many aspects. Just
That's true.
different
you
end
science,
results.
Yeah, science is everywhere in our daily life.
absolutely.
Yes.
Including the art and including like those paintings and the
Technologies.
technology you
Yeah.
do. It all
Math.
Yeah, it's all a big puzzle that fits together in one way, shape, or
That's
form.
true.
you know.
Yes. And hopefully this event can inspire the kids, see the
Yeah,
stems.
come have fun and come,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. This is the fun part. This is to say, this is why science and art and math can be fun.
That's
and we
true.
want to show these kids it's fun and it's exciting. Yeah, it's a lot to learn and a lot to know, but when you understand why you're learning it and you create the passion, then the hard part gets fun.
That's
Once you
true.
get the passion that they want to unsolve the mystery or understand why something is the way it is, then you don't care about the work. You're more about the goal of doing that. And so sometimes the harder it makes it, the more rewarding it is when you find the answer.
That's true. Absolutely. You're right.
The whole point of this is not to tell people it's easy, but to get people to say it's really
Interested.
cool if you get invested in the interest of this. You're going to
in the future.
you're
yeah.
going to find out that you're really going to find this a fulfilling, interesting career field that you might turn out to just love and become passionate about, much like other aspects of your life.
That's true.
You get you may have a passion for reading or something, and you were like, okay, now I've got a reason to read because I want to read more about why this asteroid travels the way it travels, or why when you mix these two chemicals together, it creates this reaction. Why is that? And
That's true.
yeah, and so that's science.
That is. Yes.
So come on out to the open house. Like I said, for kids from pretty much all school age kids, even
Yes,
preschool up to high school. It's a free event. Bring the adults too. Bring the families.
Yes,
You might learn a thing or two at the science open house as well too. Because
They will have fun too,
Yeah.
I think.
I think so too. I think once you see, some of like I said, they're going to do it indoors, so they got to leave some of the fire and explosions out of the mix. But that doesn't mean they can't do really cool stuff
Yeah.
inside without fear of burning the place
If it was
down.
outside, we can do some fire stuff, but actually it was on the stage. It's just
Yeah.
too hard. We cannot do it.
Maybe in the summer when you do your summer camp again, we can get the fire out there.
Maybe that's a good point.
Maybe
yeah.
we get some rain too. Make
Yeah.
sure it's not too dry during the summer
I
to do all
know.
that.
But
But
definitely we're going to have another camp during the winter as well.
good. So we'll have you back to tell more about that.
Yes,
and
where
talk about.
after this one, we're going to start to plan all of those winter camps.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a shorter one because we don't have a long winter
Sure.
break.
Yeah, exactly. Just
I don't want to trap everybody with the stamp stuff instead of Christmas.
They got you don't want to cut into people's holiday there,
I
so
know.
just take a little bit of the time. But this is the thing: is parents, kids, bring the families out to this stuff, and then foster that. If they find an interest, if they're coming out there and they're really into something, and they start doing their own research on it,
That would be great. Invest
foster
them.
that, invest in that. You know, talk with their teachers and stuff now. See if you can incorporate more of that into their stuff. Hey,
I want to do this. I want to do that.
When they're out in school, is there resources I can take them to or get them into? That use your schools to help you with all of that.
That's
stuff.
true.
Yeah.
And also, NIMI has lots of cool stuff.
And
as
NIMI
well.
can help with all of that too.
Yes.
So if
check
you're
out NIMI.
absolutely,
It's one of the cool opportunities we're providing.
And I do want to remind this, since we're talking about NIMI in recruiting and things a little bit. Don't forget, yes, the New Mexico Military Institute is a junior college and high school. So it's high school students and first couple years of college. But it's a military school with using military training as kind of the way to instill the curriculum. But it's not like the Air Force Academy or West Point. You're not committed to the military.
No.
Once you go to the college, it's civilian. You don't have to do 4 years in the military after. I mean, you can if you want to through ROTC, but you're not obligated to through. So, matter of fact, there are students that go to high school and the junior college at NIMI that never spend one day in the United States military. They go on to business, or they go on to arts or science, or wherever their passions lie. Some go to the military because that's where their passions lie. But please don't misunderstand. All students at NIMI are not committed to military careers or nothing like that. If they are, it's because they want to.
Yes.
So if you're thinking, well, yeah, I want to do the science, I want all that, but I don't want to join the Army afterwards. Well, you don't have to. It's now some of the disciplines, some of the training practices are shared.
Yes.
Because they find it's a great way to get kids to work as a team because it
leadership.
Yeah, and let's face it, these kids live with each other 24/7. You know, it's a community. So
it is.
It's more than a classroom. It's a life for them. And when the class is over, they're still hanging out together. When class is going together, they're still hanging out together. When it's the weekend, they're still hanging out together. So
I feel like you know better than I
do. I've got a little experience in that world.
Really?
So,
yeah.
So it's a different life there, and that's how the what they do at the institute works with that. So
yes.
So please don't be intimidated by that, because
and also
it really
the tuition is not. We have all kinds of scholarships.
Options and money is not the problem.
Yes.
If there's a desire to get you there, folks
talk
will
to the
find a way to do that.
Yes, the admission works really well with the tuitions and scholarships. So the money is not going to be a problem.
That's right. Just gotta have the desire.
That's true. Yes.
So come get it. October this Saturday at the New Mexico Institute. Again, at Stapp Field, which is not far from Pearson Auditorium, right there, in the heart of the campus.
It is a big field right next to the main street. When you drive, you could see the big.
You'll see everybody out there, right there.
We have the tents right there, and we. I don't know whether we're going to have a sound or not, but we do have tents. You have like 6 tents.
You'll see the gaggle of people and all that. Just find a place to park nearby there and walk on in.
Yeah, we're going to open the Honor Avenue, Achievement Avenues for the parking.
Okay.
So they can park from the backside to come into Honor Avenue and Achievement Avenue to park.
So there should be no problems parking and all that good stuff.
No,
there. Good deal. And of course, if you have any questions, you can always go to the NMMI Facebook page. You'll find information. Shoot a question there, and if you don't get a hold of Dr. Yang directly, one of the staff will put it in front of Dr. Yang or Dr. Tang here and get that.
Yeah, my email is yang@nimi.edu.
Very good.
So if anybody has
questions,
shoot
it direct there too.
Yeah.
yang@nmmi.edu is the web is her email, and again, it's this Saturday, October 1st. Big science STEAM open house. From 1 to 4 p.m. at the New Mexico Military Institute. Everything mostly happening on Stapp Field.
Yes.
There will be a science show in the Pearson right next door about 2:30 or so.
Yeah, we're going to make an announcement before the show started.
Good deal. And it's free admission. Free. All you got to do is bring yourself and your family.
And enjoy.
And come ready to have some fun and maybe learn a thing or two. So.
They will learn a lot.
They'll learn a lot.
I think.
Maybe get bit by finding your new path and your new passion.
That's true, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anything we missed, Dr. Yang? Is there anything we didn't get a chance to talk about?
I think we talked about most of them.
We got it?
Yes,
We
yes.
got it all. And,
If I
and
forgot, I come again.
we'll get you back in. Exactly. And of course, if you want to learn more about NMMI and the programs, please come out this Saturday.
Yeah, we're gonna have information.
Lots of
table out there.
information too. And come have some fun. Come enjoy. And who knows? Who knows?
Enjoy the beautiful Saturday.
Yeah, enjoy a beautiful day with some great people. And who knows? You might find your new passion.
That's true.
Good
Yes.
deal. Well, as always, thank you for the visit. I'm sure you got a few people waiting to get a hold of you here when you get back to the campus. So.
Yes, I got ready to teach.
That's right. You got a class to teach, so we'll let you
Yes.
go do that.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Yang,
Thank
and
you.
we'll see you Saturday, okay?
See you. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Take care. It is.